Hey everyone, welcome back for week 4, day 3 of the yoga challenge with me, Erin Motz. One of the things I get asked all the time is what to do in a yoga class when you've got a throbbing headache or a migraine. So today is a class dedicated to helping you get rid of this pesky problem that I know a lot of us get all the time. So nothing special needed, just you and your mat. When you're ready, meet me at the top of your mat and we'll go ahead and get started. Today we're going to start sitting comfortably right on your mat. So just cross the legs however it feels good to. Even if you prefer to kind of sit up on a block, that's fine as well. So just cross the legs, sit nice and easy, let the shoulders drop back and allow the eyes to close. So just start by taking a few deep breaths all the way in through the nose and back out through the nose. And as the eyes are closed, make sure that you're not kind of furrowing the eyebrows. Just relax the forehead, relax the face, unclench the jaw if you tend to do that. And just soften the shoulders back. So lightly lifting through the crown, creating space through the back of the spine, the neck. And just bringing some awareness to your breath. And with each breath out, just let any tension and tightness in the neck, the shoulders, and the skull start to dissolve. Before we begin, just mentally set aside anything that happened today or that's about to happen, work schedules, to-do lists. Just mentally set them aside for now so that the next few minutes are all about you. You can let the eyes blink open for a moment. So you can keep the eyes closed once we get started if you like. I'm just going to show you what we're moving into next, and then it's up to you whether or not you want to keep the eyes open or let them close if you've got a headache still. So you're going to bring the hands to the temples, like the palms, the largest part of the hands, and bring them to the temples and so that the fingers face back. Now as you inhale, you're going to lightly squeeze that part of the head between the hands. So as you're breathing in, you're applying a little bit more pressure. As you expand the lungs, you apply more pressure. Pausing at the top of that inhale, you're going to hold the pressure, and then on the exhale, let the pressure go. Okay, does that make sense? So we'll do it again, just kind of as a practice run. So as you're inhaling, apply that pressure to the temples. Inhale, inhale, all the way to the top of the breath. Hold the pressure, and then exhale, let it go again. So I'm going to close the eyes as well. Feel free to. I'm going to time you a little bit, so don't worry about it. I'm going to talk you through it, and I'll let you know when we move on to the next thing. So allow the eyes to close. Again, keep the head, the neck, the shoulders relaxed, and we're moving into that same thing we just did. So eyes closed. Breathe in slowly. Apply that pressure to the temples. Squeeze. You don't want to be in pain. Keep it very tolerable. Pause at the top. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way in, slowly applying that pressure. Exhale. Continue with this. If your breath moves at a different pace than mine, do not worry about it at all. Totally normal, totally fine. You just want to let yourself kind of fall into a natural rhythm of breathing. Taking full deep breaths in. And exhaling completely. We're going to take 5 more breaths. And as you're doing this, be mindful of how the neck feels. So you're not squeezing so tight that you're causing the shoulders to be tense. It's just enough pressure so that you feel slight, a slight restriction, but nothing so intense that, you know, it makes you uncomfortable or it makes a headache worse. I think we've got 2 more. Once you finish the last one, just let the hands come back down to the knees. Let the shoulders drop back. And come back to that same rhythm of breath that you started with. And let the eyes blink open again. I'm going to show you something different. So you're going to take your thumbs just under the eyebrows. So right in the inside of the eyebrows, the inner middle part here. Underneath them, just above the eyeballs, if you lightly press with your thumbs, kind of just into the eye socket, you feel these 2 little, almost like tiny little marbles. And they're a little sensitive, these little spots here. They're on either side. Okay, feel that? Once you've got that spot, I want you to remember it. We're going to do the same type of breathing, but we're going to apply slight pressure to those little spots. So on the inhale, you're going to put pressure, breathe all the way in. And with the exhale, let the pressure go. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. So again, it'd probably feel more natural to keep the eyes closed through this one. So don't worry about looking at me. Just let the eyes close, relax, and I'll kind of talk you through it, and we'll do the same thing we just did. So eyes closed. Find those spots. Breathe in slowly and apply pressure. Inhale all the way to the top. And with the exhale, let go of the pressure and let the breath back out. Inhale, apply pressure. Again, light pressure, especially here. This spot can be a little bit tender. It's a really strong and commonly used acupressure point for acupressure. And it can be a little bit sensitive, and if it is, it's totally normal. So just be mindful of that. Don't apply so much that you can't tolerate it. It's just enough so that you feel it, and that's good enough. And you're still going. Again, you don't have to be following my breath. Just inhaling. Exhaling. Let's take 4 more. And this particular type of breath work that we're doing along with the acupressure is not only really great for headaches and migraines like we're using it now, but also a really good tool to use when you're having a tough time falling asleep. So if you've got a little bout of insomnia or your mind just won't turn off, this is a really good thing to go to. I'll do 2 more or so. And take 1 more round of breath. The hands come back down. Relax the shoulders, keep the eyes closed. If it feels good to roll the head a little bit, you can. Just really light rolls. Try not to let the head drop back. Just kind of circle 180 degrees forward and left and right, but don't let the head drop backwards. Only if it feels good. If you'd rather be still, that's fine too. And bring it back to the center. Take 1 more breath in. And exhale, release. And let the eyes open. I'm going to have you step back to a down dog in just a second. A lot of times our headaches and migraines kind of stem from being tense in the neck and shoulders for an extended period of time. So whether that's because you sit at a desk all day, or maybe you slept wrong, or ladies, if you've got a heavy purse that you always carry on one side, or if you carry kids a lot, or there's a million reasons, right? But coming into your down dog, we're going to try to get some of that tension out of the neck and shoulders to help break up some of that headache or migraine that you might be having today. So go ahead and step back to a down dog. Doesn't have to be the best down dog you know how to do, just enough so that you can kind of get the blood moving in the opposite direction. We don't really think of down dog as an inversion in yoga all the time, but it is. It's a mild one. So once you're here, really focus on hugging the shoulder blades down the back slightly. So the way you know you're doing this is if you first pull the shoulders into the ears, you can feel the ears on the arms. That's not right. So hug them back down the other way so the neck feels nice and long. You can keep the knees nice and soft so you're not working too hard. And just, I want you to shake the head no a few times. Keep the eyes closed. Then pause. You can shake the head yes. So up and down. And pause. Let's do that one more time. Shake no, no, no. A few more. And pause. And yes. And stop. Take a couple breaths in and out. Shift your way forward. Feet together, knees nice and wide. Come to child's pose. Sit the hips back. Keep the hips nice and heavy. So the butt is on the heels if you can get it there. If not, no worries. Just be comfortable. Let the forehead come down to your mat. Let the eyes close. You can just relax the arms so the elbows can be bent softly. Let the palms stay down. So instead of really reaching long through the hands, I want you to keep the arms soft again, but you're reaching long through the crown of the head. So lengthening through the spine. Get as long as you can without pulling the arms ahead of you, and then rest back down. We're not going to stay here long, just take a couple more breaths. And then lift the chest a little bit. Lean into the hands. Go ahead and crawl the knees forward. You're going to turn onto your back. So just flip the feet ahead of you and roll all the way down. So, ladies, if you have like a clip in your hair or ponytail or anything, you can take it out. You want to make sure you've got a flat head. No, I don't know. Just make sure you don't have like anything that's going to obstruct your head being comfortable sitting there. All guys too, maybe you have long hair, I don't know. You can keep the knees bent for now. Feet on the floor, knees dropping in. Arms can rest wherever they're comfortable. Close the eyes. So if you want to watch me first before you close the eyes, that's fine. But you're just going to let the head turn left and right slowly. So letting the head drop left, pick it up, drop right. And you're just going to turn back and forth a few times, moving how your breath moves. Inhaling, exhaling. And this I love to do this when I've got a headache because for two reasons. I mean, obviously it will also help with getting rid of tightness in the neck and the shoulders, which can lead to headaches, but also that just massaging the back of the skull like that can feel really nice, especially, honestly, I think it is better on like a hard floor because your mat is soft enough to take away some of the discomfort you'd feel on hard wood, but it's enough to keep the pressure there. So we'll go a couple more each way. And gradually bring it back to the center. Take the arms out to the sides so they're out of your way. Hug the knees into the chest. Slide the legs to the right and drop the knees to the left. So just a mild twist. You can look over to the right if that feels okay. Or if it's too much on the neck, you can look straight up. And again, just keep the eyes closed so the light doesn't bother you. And breathing deeply. Another reason why twists, or one of the reasons why twists can also be really beneficial for headaches is that we don't think about it too much, but one of a million causes of headaches, really. It can be digestive, and it can be related back to the stomach, so maybe something didn't agree with you and it's communicating in the way of a headache. That'll happen sometimes. So just good to cover all our bases. On your next breath in, bring the knees back to the center. Slide the hips over to the left a little bit so they're off center, and then drop the knees over to the right. Try to keep the left shoulder down. Can look any direction that feels comfortable for the neck. And inhale, bring the knees back to the center. On your next breath in, let the eyes come open, hug the knees into the chest, and go ahead and rock up to a comfortable seat, coming right back to where you started. So letting the legs stay crossed, sitting evenly on the hips, shoulders back and down, and you can keep the eyes closed. Your hands can rest on the knees or anywhere that feels good. And just take a couple more rounds of breath. And as usual, feel free to stay here for as long as you like, even repeating certain things that you felt were most helpful for you. And when you're ready, take a full breath in, pick the arms up overhead, pressing the hands together, exhale them right down to the heart center. And let the eyes blink open. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that one. For more yoga and other fun stuff, get over to erinmods.com and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.